Hello everyone. As a former school student, I'm here very pleased to be invited to this school by our principal to talk here about urbanization. Today I'm going to talk about I have picked a country, India, as we know currently the world's most populated city in the country in the world. So I'll be speaking about that since you all are our graduating soon to be graduating seniors. So it will be helpful when you go to the real world because after me as a current student, I know that we will be getting a lot of knowledge in our outer world as well. So moving on. So I'll be talking about urbanization in India. So, talking about the current patterns of urbanization. Before even diving through, let's first talk about what is urbanization. I'm sure that we have learned about it in school level, primary school level. We have heard a lot about it. So, urbanization is the proportion of the population moving from rural areas to urban areas with the increase. I have chosen India, so I'm going to talk about this. Talking about India's current statistics, India is undergoing rapid urbanization with about 34% of the population living in urban areas of 2021 and expected to reach half by 2031. And major urban habitants are Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Bengaluru. Mostly being Mumbai, I would say, because there are the world's biggest slum area is also, as I believe, is in Mumbai. Moving forward with the key drivers, improve monetary openness, education, healthcare, and regulatory framework. Now, talking about, we all have studied the negative outcomes of urbanization, but firstly, let's look at the positive aspects of urbanization. Monetary development. Urban areas contribute to India's overall gross domestic product, which is about 63%, is more than half. So, developed infrastructure, improved transportation, connectivity, and utility. Example, water, electricity. So they earn the revenue from that. Access to services, greater access to education, health services, and employment opportunities because they are getting the remittance for that. And talking about social commerce, urban centers becoming like societies, fostering growth and diversity. Many cultural people live together, forming a group of a colony or society. In India, if you go like in Mumbai, in like it's called a chawl, and in there you see like very old building. There will be like little balconies, and there will be people living from like generations. It's like a very small area. There is like no like proper. There is like community where people fill the water in the same like colonies, same area. Moving forward to the negative impacts, as you can see in the picture as well, we know what's going on. So in the huge traffic, the literally cows and oxes are walking down the road. That's India for you. Talking about overpopulation, a burden on assets leading to housing shortages and slums. Ecological corruption, increased in pollution, loss of green space, and impractical land use. Social problems, growing inequality, malpractices, and the breakdown of networks. So the growing population of India has given like very limited opportunities. Like even if I talk about the education sector, suppose like for example, NEET is like the biggest exam in India that's held out of 2 lakh, like sorry, like out of almost half a million students, only like 2,000 are selected. Really, 2,000 out of half a million students. So it's really competitive there, and it's very hard because of urbanization. Moving forward, I'll be talking about Mumbai, the most populated city in India. So Mumbai is the largest Indian city, is a perfect representation of effects on urbanization. So there is a saying in India that for your future you need to go to Mumbai because it is the land of hope from them. Like uh, as a as a student, for example, I'm from Nepal, so I came here in US because I saw the opportunity there. So in India, Mumbai is that kind of thing. So positive effects, monetary hub with various open position, negative effects, severe congestion, housing shortages. That's why people are living in slums. Over 60% live in slums, and ecological difficulties, air and water pollution. As I said before, The largest slum area is in India, and that's in Mumbai. It's very hard. The little children are literally crowded in the road areas for basic things like food and education. Responses from the local area initiatives such as the Mumbai Chain Support Unit aim to target urban preparedness, but they are very limited in them in these kind of programs as well, because the slum is like huge area, and sometimes even the people living in slum don't cooperate with the government for it because their demands are not being fulfilled. That's why there are like many strikes going on as well. Now, talking about support or resistance to urbanization. Support: reasonable urban planning, environmental care, affordable housing, local area participation, dynamic cycles to meet neighborhood needs. So when you are planning to like, okay, I have a land, I'm going to build this, but you have to see that how will the local people will use it, because in order to take growth and to earn profit, the people should use it to earn money. Otherwise, if you build a use building in a slum area, what's the use of it? Nothing at all. Going forward to resistance, resist and displacement of neighborhood networks, preserve social heritage, encourage naturally achievable practices to minimize negative negative consequences. Moving forward to conclusion part. So I would say urbanization poses two openings and two difficulties for India. Inspiration: encourage students to examine the process of urbanization and consider possible solution for the development with local prosperity. So when you are doing the planning and everything, the first comes the people. The That's the one most forgettable in this kind of planning, because when you're planning, okay, I'll go to this area, I will help this kind of people, they will take this, but you have to plan first. If I go to this area, what kind of services they need, because it will be different from area to area, from culture to culture, from diversity to diversity. So you have to understand that. So that was all about conclusion, and I hope the students who are soon to be graduates will be soon to be senior graduates will be able to take something from this, from something from my presentation today here. And these are the references that I used for my presentation today, that they are really helpful, good examples and good peer reviewed articles here. And thank you so much for listening.